This is section 48I-350, the chip seal test section here on State Highway 30, just west of Huntsville, Texas, in Walker County. Looking back to the west, back towards the other maintenance effectiveness treatments here on State Highway 30. We ended up doing this section first because that's what the traffic control was. We'll be going back to the other sites and the GPS section 483559 associated with this SPS3 site. Yeah, you may recall this is the section that had all of the graveling and weathering. Actually just a poor chip seal job. It came up shortly after it was placed, and you can see now it looks considerably more like bleeding than raveling and weathering. There's no rough pitted texture. It's simply the remnants of the binder have come to the surface, and the aggregate adjacent to it's been pushed down into the original surface.
But
what we had called raveling and weathering initially, I believe now should probably more appropriately, just looking at the surface, be called bleeding, but I'm not sure what it's going to end up as. Surface area is the same, it's just a question of how we classify it. Station 1. That is the only real distress out here on any of the test sections here on State Highway 30. All of them are still holding up quite well and have little, if any, cracking. This section had none. Considering the incredible volumes of traffic, that's pretty impressive. Station 2. Again, you can see that probably the toughest thing about doing a distress survey on this was trying to keep track of where these areas of aggregate loss shifted from and to. They moved from the wheel pass out to the, you can see here along the edge, occasionally down the center of the lane. All the delineators and signs and surface markings are in real good shape here. You can see at one point here it almost looks like all of the aggregate loss starts to blend together, almost the whole, with the exception of maybe the inside 1 meter. Almost all of it was having some problems, and then it starts to taper off again to just the inside wheel path and the outside lane edge. Again, this is the chip seal on State Highway 30, just west of Huntsville, Texas. Looking to the east towards Huntsville, and back to the west over the test section, and looking towards the other SPS3 sites on State Highway 30, which we'll be going to next. And with that, I'll conclude the video here for section 48I. 350 on State Highway 30, Walker County. This is